Have you ever stopped to think about what's really running behind the scenes? The invisible architecture keeping your lights on, or how all this new renewable energy actually gets smoothly integrated into the grid. Today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that. We're exploring the really fascinating and rapidly growing world of distributed control systems, DCS, particularly within the global power market. And this isn't just about basic reliability. It's about understanding the core tech that drives efficiency and prepares our energy systems for what's next. We've got some great insights from cognitive market research to guide us.
That's right. DCS is, well, it's kind of the unsung hero here. It orchestrates our modern power grids. It's the key technology enabling the automation we need for stable, efficient energy. Think about it. The sun goes down or the wind drops, and the DCS instantly rebalances things. Maybe it signals a power plant to ramp up or draws from battery storage. It's managing thousands of inputs. It helps integrate those new renewable sources seamlessly and, crucially, modernize older infrastructure to prevent issues like blackouts. These systems are absolutely vital for the energy landscape as it evolves.
Okay, so let's get into the scale of this because the numbers are pretty impressive. The global distributed control systems market in power was valued at $16.7 billion back in 2021. But here's where it gets really interesting. It's projected to nearly double, reaching over $31.1 billion by 2033. That's a steady compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 5.3%.
Yeah, and that 5.3% CAGR, it's substantial. It tells us a lot.
What does it signal about global priorities?
Well, it shows this isn't just some random growth. It points to really targeted, rising global investments in critical infrastructure. We're seeing huge money going into smart grids, integrating large amounts of renewables, and the essential modernization of existing power systems worldwide, things that are often decades old.
So efficiency and resilience are top of mind.
Exactly. And it's not just hardware. There's significant investment in software-defined DCS too that offers more flexibility, faster updates, and very importantly, cybersecurity.
Oh, definitely. Can't forget that.
Right. These systems are major targets. Plus, there's growing focus on AI and machine learning for things like predictive maintenance and even more precise grid control. Which naturally leads to the question, how does this global picture look region by region? Because it's not the same everywhere.
Good point. The regional dynamics are really fascinating. The growth isn't uniform at all. Each area does tell a unique story. Let's start with North America. It's still a leading market, right? Expected to hit, what, $8.5 billion by 2033?
That's the projection. And within that, the U.S. naturally leads in sheer size, forecast to surpass $6.6 billion in revenue.
Okay, but is that the whole story there?
Not quite. Interestingly, while the U.S. market is the biggest, Canada is actually showing a stronger growth rate, about 5.8% CAGR.
Huh. Why the faster pace in Canada?
It seems to be driven by really significant digital transformation efforts across their utilities and power distribution networks. They're not just replacing old gear, they're deploying advanced sensors using AI for maintenance predictions and really baking cybersecurity into their control systems, aiming for a more responsive, secure grid.
Makes sense. Okay, let's hop across the Atlantic to Europe. They're looking at nearly $5.6 billion by 2033, growing at a 4.7% CAGR. But again, I imagine it's not monolithic growth across the continent.
No, definitely not. You see a more nuanced picture. While the big economies like Germany and the UK show, let's call it moderate growth.
Okay.
Countries like France and Italy are actually posting higher growth rates, above 5% CAGR.
And what's behind that? Specific pressures.
It seems to reflect a very specific proactive focus on boosting grid reliability. Maybe they've experienced some vulnerabilities and also aggressively pushing renewable integration to meet their climate goals. DCS investment is strategic for them.
Got it. Now, for a region that's really making waves, Asia Pacific, set to dominate not just in growth rate, but also in overall market size.
Absolutely. It's climbing towards a massive $12.8 billion by 2033, and that's with a robust 5.7% CAGR. It's leading on both fronts.
So what's unique there? What's fueling both that size and speed?
Well, digging into the specifics, India is a standout. It leads the region in growth with an impressive 6.5% CAGR.
Wow.
That's largely driven by huge electrification projects and a really strong push for adopting renewables. They're building out modern grids, often with DCS integrated right from the start.
And China.
China remains the largest single contributor in APAC, market size exceeding $3.6 billion. But it's not just those two. You also see places like Singapore, Southeast Asia generally, and the rest of APAC showing growth rates above 6% CAGR. It really highlights the region's rapid, broad energy transformation.
Okay, let's shift focus again. South America, the DCS market there is projected to more than double, reaching $2.3 billion by 2033.
Yes, significant growth. That's strongly supported by ongoing industrial modernization, particularly in Brazil. And Argentina is showing really high growth too, boasting a 6.7% CAGR.
So industrial expansion is a key driver there.
Definitely. As manufacturing grows, the need for advanced, reliable power control just skyrockets to keep operations stable.
All right, how about the Middle East? Expanding to nearly $1 billion by 2033, but the growth rate seems a bit slower, around 3.8% CAGR.
Relatively slower, yes. But there's still important movement.
Like what? When we talk energy diversification there, is it mostly about building new green tech or upgrading existing systems?
It's actually a fascinating mix of both. You see countries like the UAE showing stronger adoption, around 4.9% CAGR. Their governments are investing strategically in diversification. So yes, they're optimizing traditional oil and gas with advanced automation, but they're also heavily investing in new large-scale renewables and smart city projects.
Which need cutting-edge DCS.
Exactly. So it's modernization and new builds happening side by side.
And finally, let's look at Africa. This region is set to just explode in this market, isn't it? Projected to nearly triple.
It really is, from about $318 million in 2021 to potentially $848 million by 2033. That's an incredible 9.2% CAGR.
Wow, 9.2%. That's easily the fastest growth we've discussed.
By far. And it raises important questions about future potential. Both Nigeria and South Africa are seeing growth close to 9% CAGR. It reflects rapid electrification efforts, growing industrialization, and just the widespread adoption of modern power control systems. It looks like a bit of a leapfrogging effect.
Meaning they're installing the latest tech from the get-go.
Often, yes.
Yeah.
Building new infrastructure with the latest DCS, which directly impacts energy access and reliability for millions. It really sets the stage for future economic development.
So let's tie this all together. What does this all mean for you, the listener? Clearly, the distributed control systems market in power is on a solid growth path. We've seen North America and Europe providing stability through ongoing modernization. Asia-Pacific is driving the biggest share and strong growth with massive development. And Africa is leading the charge in growth momentum, showing just incredible potential.
And remember, these sustained investments in smart grids, in renewables, in modernizing systems, they aren't just abstract market trends. These are the fundamental forces shaping the reliability, the efficiency, and even the cleanliness of the power you use every single day. Understanding this helps you see why your electricity supply is becoming, hopefully, more robust, more adaptable, and greener. You should consider how this quiet, steady growth in these control systems isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about silently enabling this huge global energy transition. It's connecting remote villages. It's integrating massive solar farms. It's kind of the invisible hand making sure things work as the world changes.
Absolutely. And it makes you wonder, as this foundation of power automation keeps expanding so rapidly, what kinds of future innovations might spring from it? How could it further change energy access and sustainability worldwide? Something definitely worth thinking about.